Great news for Diddy, bad news for us. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything Diddy drama. Before we pick back up again with more testimony from his former assistant of many, many years, Capricorn Clark, watch the video I posted just before this one to be caught up. The bad news. CNN is reporting that victim 3, remember her, the one that the prosecution lost communication with? She now is not expected to testify in Combs's federal criminal trial. She was just one of only 3 female victims identified as victim 1, victim 2, and victim 3 who were going to testify. All women who were in relationships with him that he was awful towards. We already heard from Cassie, and the fact that there aren't too many victims and now one is gone, this is bad. She didn't want to testify, a source tells CNN. 3 sources familiar with the case tell CNN that victim 3 is the woman who has been identified as Gina throughout the trial. Remember, just last week we heard from George Kaplan, another former assistant of his, who testified that he saw Diddy throw things, those decorative apples, at Gina. Cassie also testified about Gina, telling the jury that Diddy was seeing her throughout the duration of her relationship with him. He was not the faithful kind. U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey said that the prosecutors may try to call Gina, but said while she's under subpoena to testify, she may not show up. Comey said in court today that it has been difficult to get in touch with victim 3's lawyer. In court today, in a moment that the jury was not present, his defense attorney, Mark Agnifilo, said, quote, "Gina is out of the case. Gina is not coming." They got to Gina. They got to Gina. Thankfully, though, they did not get to Capricorn Clark. More from her now. Like other assistants, Capricorn testified that it was her job to get Diddy's hotel rooms set up for his stays there and the freak-offs. She testified that he would travel with a toiletry bag containing drugs and a camera box, which had 4 cameras, along with a small bottle of baby oil and a small bottle of lube. Clark said she would also bring candles to provide lighting in the rooms. After his stay, Clark said that she would sweep the room for anything left behind. She said she sometimes saw damages to the rooms, including handprints left in oil. Clark also testified that she would also regularly set up IV drips for Diddy and for Cassie, which he said contained something similar to serotonin supplements and would help them recover from the drug use. His former assistant claims that she was even kidnapped by Diddy. It all happened because he found out that Cassie was seeing Kid Cudi. She testified to the jury today that Diddy said he was going to kill Kid Cudi the morning he discovered the relationship. Capricorn said that Combs banged on her door between 5:30 and 6 a.m. on December 22nd, 2011. She opened the door to Combs looking furious with a gun in his hand and his dress slacks ripped at the crotch. Combs barged into her apartment with the gun, yelling at her, "Why didn't you tell me?" Referring to Kid Cudi. "Get dressed, we're going to kill him," Combs told her, according to Clark's testimony. Clark says she told Diddy she didn't want to go, but that Combs said he didn't care. Quote, "I'd never seen anything like this before," Clark said. Combs had never visited her at her home before, and she had never seen him holding a weapon. Quote, the way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen. Capricorn was aware of Cassie's relationship with Kid Cudi. In fact, she even helped Cassie to keep it secret. Capricorn told the jury that she was very concerned that Diddy would learn about the relationship. So, quote, I took her, Cassie, to Best Buy to buy a burner phone. The way she was moving, she was about to get us all killed. The night he barged into her apartment, Clark testified after objecting, I don't give an F what you want to do, go get dressed. Capricorn then told the jury that she was made to get into a Cadillac Escalade with Combs and a bodyguard, whom she said was named Ruben, and the three of them drove to Kid Cudi's house. Diddy and Ruben went inside the home while Clark waited in the car. Quote, they gained access to the main door of the actual property. I called Cassie. Clark further testified, adding that she recalled telling Ventura, Cassie, what the F? She heard Kid Cudi in the background when she called Cassie, and Cudi said, he's in my house? Clark then warned Cassie, saying, Cassie, stop him, he's going to get himself killed. Clark then told the jury that Combs ordered her to fetch Cassie. Quote, he told me to tell Cassie that he has me and he's not going to let me go until I come get her. Clark further testified that she and Ruben, one of the bodyguards, were sent to pick up Cassie to allegedly get her to convince Kid Cudi not to tell police that Diddy was involved in the break-in at his house. Clark testified that Combs threatened her, if you don't convince him, I'm going to kill all you MFers. Clark testified that she returned to Diddy's house with Cassie. Quote, Puff was standing there in a robe and his underwear, and he immediately began kicking Cassie. Clark told the court today that Diddy began kicking Ventura, Cassie, repeatedly, and that with each kick, she would crouch into more and more a fetal position. Asked why she didn't intervene, she responded that Diddy told her that if I jump in, he was going to F me up too. Clark took off her glasses and rubbed her eyes with a tissue as she testified, her voice breaking with emotion about calling Cassie's mother and telling her that Diddy was beating the out of your daughter. Please help her. I can't call the police, but you can. The next day is when Cassie previously testified that she sent Clark and her mother the email about Diddy threatening to release 2 sex tapes and to hurt her. Lauren London was apparently involved in the Kid Cudi alteraction too, because she was on the phone talking to Cassie around the same time. I predict she might get called as a witness. We might be hearing from Lauren London later on in the trial. And we still have even more of Capricorn Clark's testimony to get to. I will share with you all that in a video coming up later in just a little bit today. But until then, let's discuss everything that we have learned here in the comment section.